Before 2022, Afghanistan's vast land in Balkh, Jozjan, Faryab was dry and lifeless. People were just waiting there for rain to come. Who could have imagined that the poorest country in Asia, one just emerging from war like Afghanistan, would be behind a project that could change all of Central Asia? That's right, a mega project, but not from the United States, China, or any other Arab country, but Afghanistan. More than half a century of continuous war has left Afghanistan devastated, city destroyed, roads and bridges collapsed, unstable electricity, in water networks everywhere. According to the World Bank and humanitarian organization, about 70% of Afghanistan lives below the poverty line. The official unemployment rate have around 14%. But it wasn't enough. Afghanistan has also been hit by severe droughts. In 2021, the snow melts and water sources that sustained the north dropped to records low. Field crops failed and hunger spread. Without water, all reconstruction efforts are just an illusion. To realize this ambition, Afghanistan had only one chance: the Amu Darya, the lifeline of Central Asia. Stretching from the mountains of Tajikistan, the river stretches nearly 1,500 miles, with covering about almost 206,000 square miles, supplying around 25 trillion gallons of water each year to 4 countries: Tajikistan, Afghanistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan. The Amu Darya is like the last lifeline for the north. In March 2022, the Taliban government announced a massive project, 285-kilometer canal that would carry water from the Amu Darya river deep into Afghanistan north. They name it Qush Tapa Canal. The goal is simple but historic. This canal will turn 550,000 hectares of land into a fertile farmland. If completed, it could feed millions of Afghans, create thousands of jobs, and enable Afghans to export many products from this region to the countries to South Asia and other countries. The construction has begun with Afghan hands, Afghan machines, and local source money without any foreign aid. In this canal, thousands of machineries are working day and night. Thousands of workers are working. This is the biggest canal in the entire region. To manage such a massive volume, Afghanistan didn't dig the canal in a straight line, but divide the whole route into 14 segments. Each segment is dug, reinforced, inspected, and test filled with the water in sequence to ensure continuous flow and reduce the risk of landslides. In phase 1 from the Amu Darya intake to central, the phase 1 was completed. Workers are installing underground irrigation pipes, pump station, and concrete bridges to connect villages on both sides of the canal. They have bridges for cars, and they also have bridges for rail network as well as integrating pipeline for drinking water. By the time, for the first time, the thirsty field of the north have a chance to revive. Even during construction, the project created about 5,500 direct jobs, helping to solve unemployment, which climbed almost 14% in 2023. When finished, the canal is expected to irrigate 1.36 million acres of dry land. This opens opportunity for hundreds of thousands of farmers to return to their land instead of abandoning their village due to drought. Experts estimate at least 2 million Afghans will directly benefit from drinking water, farmland to stable jobs. More importantly, the project could create another 250,000 new jobs, not just in agriculture, but also in water management, food distribution services, and agriculture processing industry. A boost for an economy heavily dependent on international aid. Another turning point is happening in Afghanistan. This canal will cost around $600 million, which will be funded with the local sources without any foreign aid. The canal begins in Balkh province, flows through Jozjan, and ends in Faryab. It designed enormous, around 100 meter wide and 8 meter deep. Engineer says it will carry 10 billion cubic meter of water every year. By the end of 2023, the 100 kilometers of this canal were completed. In 2024, the second phase reached more than 80% progress. If construction continues at this speed, the entire project could be completed by 2025. For local people, the Qush Tapa Canal is not just a project, it's a hope for many families living around area. You know, Afghanistan is importing a lot of its product from neighboring countries. Afghanistan has vast resources of water, and it has vast deserts without anything or without using these deserts for farmlands. But current government is investing in mega projects and investing in infrastructure to turn these lifeless desert into a big farmland where it will meet the needs of the local people, and also Afghanistan will be able to export wheat and different things that they grow. They can export it to the neighbor countries. It will create thousands of jobs, as we know. The Qush Tapa Canal is now one of the biggest infrastructure projects in Afghanistan modern history. Some call it the country's lifeline. Others see it as a risk that could spark new water conflict in Central Asia. Some countries, they believe that it will create a conflict between the countries because of water crisis. While you know that in Amud area, Afghanistan will use only its own share in order to turn the lifeless desert into a big farmland. Afghanistan, due to 40 years of conflict, couldn't invest in infrastructure. The waters are flowing to the neighboring countries. Whether we are not using these water for the economy of the country, we are not using it properly, or we are not even managing it. Current government is investing a lot of money in infrastructure so we can turn the desert into big farmland.